Hello, my dears. How are you all? I hope you all are fine. So, that is the continuation of salt analysis. One video for this salt analysis I have already given to you. In that, we have done till nitrate. Okay, that means brown ring test and how we can identify the nitrate that I have told you in the previous lecture. Now, today we will do individual groups. That means sulfate and phosphate. Okay, after nitrate. So this one, like if I have added here, this till this part I have already explained. Yes. So for the nitrate, what we have done, salt plus conc H2SO4, salt plus conc H2SO4 plus heated. So then we got the brown gas, which gets intensified by adding copper turning. So suppose that if on heating, after adding conc H2SO4 in the salt and on heating, we are not getting this brown gas, then what we will go? We'll go for next, that is the sulfate test. Okay. So this is the sulfate test over here, that comes under individual group. So if nitrate is not present, then only we will go for this. So in this case, what we will do, first time for the anion in the identification, we will take salt solution. Got it? Before whatever we have done, there we in the identification test we were using only salt, but this is for the first time we will use salt solution even in the identification. Okay, salt solution when it is added in barium chloride solution, or you can say that, sorry, barium chloride solution is when added to the salt solution, we will get the white ppt. Okay, and this white ppt will be insoluble in conc HCl. So white ppt we got, and we will add the HCl in that, and we will see that it is still remain like that. Okay, so we'll say that this may be sulfate. Okay, so now for confirmatory of sulfate, what we will do, that white ppt which we observed, yes, here by on adding of BaCl2 solution, we got the white ppt. What we will do, we will dissolve this white ppt in minimum amount of acetic acid. Minimum amount of acetic acid. It will be dissolved, and if further we will add in the same solution, if we will add lead acetate, it will give that the white ppt will be re-obtained. Then SO4 minus 2 is confirmed. So what we will do, we have added salt solution, we have added barium chloride solution in the salt solution, we got the white ppt. This white ppt will be here, अगर हम HCl के साथ करेंगे, it will be insoluble in that. That means further soluble नहीं होगा. So for the confirmation, what we will do, this white ppt we will dissolve it in the minimum amount of acetic acid, and then we will get the clear solution. In that we will add lead acetate again, and white ppt will be re-obtained. So that confirms sulfate. What is sulfate is confirmed. I hope it is clear. Yes. Now suppose that on adding barium chloride solution in the salt solution, white ppt is not observed. Suppose that we didn't get the white ppt, then we have to go for, if no white ppt on adding what, BaCl2 solution in salt solution, then we will go for next group, that is phosphate. So for the phosphate, there is a dry heat test also. What we will do in this, we just take the little amount of phosphate in the test tube and उसे heat करेंगे. So what will happen, it will swell up, वो थोड़ा सा फूल जाएगा, and it will increase the volume of the salt. If it happens, we can say that the phosphate may be present over there. Okay, but wet test we have to do. So in this case, there are the two tests. First test we have to do this one. If on adding BaCl2 solution in salt solution, no white ppt is observed, then it might be phosphate. यही हो गया इसका identification is this. We don't have to identify phosphate. अगर on adding barium chloride we didn't get the white ppt, so that means अगर like if it is not dilute H2SO4 group, it is not conc H2SO4 group, it is not nitrate, it is not sulfate, obviously at last it will be phosphate. Okay, so directly we will do the confirmatory reaction. So this is the confirmatory one. So confirmatory is what, salt solution plus little amount of nitric acid, very little amount of nitric acid we will add, and then we will heat. And then after this heating, excess of ammonium molybdate will be added to that. Okay, it will give you yellow ppt. Did you get that? Salt solution, and then add few amount of HNO3 and then heat it, and then after add excess amount of ammonium molybdate, it will give you yellow precipitate. So this confirms phosphate is present over there. The reaction is PO4 minus plus HNO3 plus this is ammonium molybdate and altogether is heated. So this will give you the yellow PPT. ये हो गया layer of bright yellow PPT. This is the formula. Plus nitrate plus ammonium nitrate and water will form. Okay. Sorry, nitrate is formed over here, so no need to write this nitrate again. I have no need to write. I hope it is clear. Yes. Another test is, one test is enough, but that test can be asked in Viva. So this is magnesium mixture test. This is magnesium mixture test. What we do? We add salt solution and magnesium mixture. We add magnesium mixture to formula, that is MgCl2 plus ammonium hydroxide is the composition for magnesium mixture. Okay. So when we add this magnesium mixture in phosphate in the salt solution where it is phosphate is there, and keep undisturbed for some time. Say we'll leave it. So what we'll get? We'll get the white precipitate. White precipitate of magnesium ammonium phosphate. This will give you the white PPT, and hence it confirms PO4 minus 3 is confirmed. Yes. In general, in exam, phosphate won't be given to you for the but the Viva question can be asked from this. So you have to learn this. Got it? Now, after identifying the that anion, we identified whether it will be whatever. ठीक है, हमने पहले से it may be first dilute H2SO4 group के लिए it may be carbonate. If brisk effervescence is not there, then we'll go for the conc H2SO4, and it may be chloride or acetate. If vinegar smell is not there, then we'll go for the chloride test, and in that AgNO3 white precipitate test we will do. If halide is also not there, then we will go for the salt and then conc H2SO4 and then heat करेंगे, फिर copper turning add, so it will give you the brown fumes for nitrate. If brown fumes is also not there, then we'll go for the sulphate, and in that the salt solution will take, and we'll add the barium chloride solution and we'll get the white PPT. If this is also not there, then at last we will go for the phosphate, and for sure it will be there. Okay. If after finding all the anions, whatever the anion is there in the salt we identified, then we have to go for cation. Got it? So this is cation. I have already told you about this cation, that what are the groups 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and the cations I have told you what are the cations, and this is called reagent. That means reagent is for identifying the cation. Whatever the substance, whatever the chemical we are going to add in the salt solution for identifying these cations, that is called reagent. Got it? So ये reagent आपको याद रखना जरूरी है. For 0 group, the reagent is NaOH, and we can identify this. For group 1, dilute HCl is the reagent. For group 2, dilute HCl plus H2S. Group 3, NH4Cl plus NH4OH, which will be in excess. Group 4, NH4Cl solid, NH4OH excess, and H2S. Got it? Group 5, instead of H2S, we will add the sodium ammonium carbonate. And for this, it is, if nothing is there, so we'll identify this one. We'll do in last. Okay, don't worry about that. So this is reagent. This will give you the ammonical smell. These are the observation. Got it? So we'll do. ये आपको ये table बहुत important है. You learn it. Okay. Now let's do the categorization of cation. For start, we will do from the group 0. Group 0, the cation is NH4 plus, and the reagent, as I have told you, NaOH. So what we will do, we will take the salt solution, add NaOH, we'll get the ammonical smell. As we get the ammonical smell, you do a glass rod dipped into you just bring a glass rod dipped into the conc HCl to the mouth of the test tube. Sometimes in the chemistry lab there are already so many smells are there, so we cannot identify this ammonical smell. So what you will do, you just add salt solution NaOH and directly do this step. Got it? Just bring a glass rod dipped into the conc HCl to the mouth of the test tube, and you will get the white fumes. This white fumes will come out. How this white fumes forms? This white fumes is due to the ammonium ion present in the salt, and we have added this HCl over there, so they will react with each other and it will form NH4Cl. So that is the reason of white fumes formation. Got it? Suppose that on here only this identification we got this identified, then what we'll do, we'll do the confirmatory. First identification and then confirmatory. So confirmatory, there is a Nessler reagent test. Nessler reagent test mein what you'll do, add salt solution plus K2HgI4. This is the Nessler reagent formula. Potassium tetraisomercurate. Okay, so this is Nessler reagent. As you will add in this, you will get the brown PPT. So it shows that, it confirms that ammonium ion is present in the salt. The reaction, you have to learn the reaction. It is must for all this. You have to learn the reaction. Okay, whether it is cation or anion. So ammonium plus K2HgI4, when we will add, it will give you the brown complex. ये वाला formation formula NH2 plus HgO dot HgI with 2K plus. So this is, if this comes, that means we'll say that ammonium ion is confirmed. But on adding this salt solution plus NaOH, and obviously we didn't get this ammonical smell, तो हमने ये वाला test भी कर लिया, and still we didn't get the white fumes. White fumes हमें नहीं मिला. Then group 0 is absent and we have to go move for group 1. Group 1, there are cation, there is one cation Pb plus 2 and the reagent is dilute HCl. Very important, will be like this table is very much important. Okay, so learn it. Then salt solution plus NaOH, there is no ammonical smell. Then test of group 1 we will do, Pb plus 2. Salt solution, as I told you that ammonical smell might be, you cannot observe over there. So what you will do, you just do the glass rod test. Okay, glass rod dipped into conch HCl, bring it on the mouth of the test tube and you will get the white fumes. If you get the white fumes, go for the confirmatory of ammonium, and if you are not getting the white fumes, go for the group 1 test. Okay, so in this case what we will do, we'll take the original salt solution. This is original salt solution. Okay, OS is written over here. And then dilute HCl, add dilute HCl in this, you will get the white PPT. That will be partial white PPT. It will not completely, ऐसा नहीं होगी ऊपर बिल्कुल clear and then नीचे it will settle down. Because lead salt जो होते हैं, they are partially soluble in water. So you will get the partial white PPT. Got it? So this is Pb plus 2 plus HCl, it will give you PbCl2. This is insoluble, and due to which what we say that the group 1 is present, Pb plus 2 is present. Now look at this table. Here also in the previous video also I have explained group 1 is also having plus 2 and group 2 is also having plus 2, isn't it? So how come this the same cation can be in two groups? So what happens, let's see. If we'll add small amount of HCl and we'll get the insoluble like PbCl2 and we'll say that the first group is absent. What happens, HCl amount, if it is not controlled, थोड़ा सा भी अगर ज़्यादा हो जाएगा तो it will react, and ये PbCl4 minus will also given, PbCl4 complex will also be given, and that is soluble. ये पूरी तरह से soluble हो जाता है. So इसलिए क्या होगा, ये soluble हो गया, Ksp value is high, so that means it will go to next group. Did you get that? समझ में आई बात? So maximum part जो होगा वो insoluble हो जाएगा, वो precipitate out हो जाएगा for the group 1 here only, and we'll say that. But some part will be soluble due to formation of PbCl4, and that's why it will be detected in the next group also. Due to this, Pb plus 2 can be identified in group 2 also. Got it? So that was the reason that Pb plus 2 is present in group 2 as group 1 as well as group 2. Okay. Now, if you get this white PPT, partial white PPT अगर आपको मिल जाता है, तो what you have to do? You have to dissolve this white PPT in hot water. How you will do? You just take the beaker of hot water. Okay, this is the beaker of hot water, and put the test tube in this, where it is white PPT is there. Just put it, okay, for some time, and you'll see that this is the holder. You'll see that it will dissolve after some time. Okay. Okay, so once it is dissolved, then divide it into 3 parts: first part, second part, and third part. In the first part, what you will do? First part, again you keep this first part in the cold water, same. Now instead of this hot water, it will be cold water. You put it. अभी ये clear solution था, थोड़ी देर में क्या हो जाएगा? It will precipitate out. Okay. Second part में you have to add K2Cr2O7. So it will react with this potassium dichromate and it will react with lead to form bright yellow PPT of PbCr2O7. Okay, somewhere you can see that PbCr2O4 भी आपको दिखेगा, that is no problem. K2Cr2O4 भी use कर सकते हैं, K2Cr2O7 भी use कर सकते हैं. In both the case, it will give you bright yellow PPT only. Okay, so as you will add this undergoes reactive and the displacement reaction will be there, double displacement, because for the precipitation we know that there must be double displacement reaction. जब तक double displacement reaction नहीं होगा, it won't give you the precipitate reaction. So double displacement reaction, this K will be displaced by lead, and here it will form the compound, and whatever the anion is there, that will mutual exchange will be there, and this K will form salt. So this is the white bright yellow PPT. Got it? In third part you will add Ki. Okay, so in that third part Pb plus 2 was in the salt solution and then Ki added. So again the displacement, double displacement reaction will be there, and it will form Pbi2, which is pale yellow PPT. हल्का पीला होगा without any shine. Got it? So this confirms Pb plus 2 is confirmed. Okay, is confirmed. But now if this I have added this one dilute HCl, and I was supposed to get this white PPT, but if I didn't get the white PPT, अगर हमने salt solution में have added dilute HCl and we didn't get the white PPT, then we have to go for group 2. Okay, group 2 cations are 4 cations are there: Pb plus 2, Cu plus 2, Cd plus 2, As plus 3. Pb plus 2 already we have identified in group 1 and white is in group 2. उसका reason मैंने बता दिया आपको. Cd plus 2 जो होता है वो As plus 3 is highly not good for health. Okay, arsenic, it is not good for health, so we don't use in the lab. Cd plus 2 again, that is also cadmium, is also little bit not eco-friendly, so इसके भी compounds बहुत कम होते हैं, we don't use mainly. Copper plus 2, इसके एक salt होते हैं, cadmium chloride we use in the lab. Okay, and this is copper salt. So copper salt is blue in color, ये colored होता है, blue in color. Okay, so that's why in the exam you will not be given with this group 2 compound. Group 2 का कोई compound आपको exam में मिलेगा ही नहीं. Why? What's the reason? Pb plus 2 already we have identified in the group 1. As plus 3 is highly harmful, and Cd plus 2 is also harmful. Very few salts are there which we can keep in our lab. So if it will be there, तो इसके salts मिलेंगे, otherwise you will get the you will not get, because ये colored ही होता है. With the color only we can say this is copper. Okay, reagent is dilute HCl which we have added in that first case में हमने add किया था, उसके साथ में H2S we will add. What it will do here? This is going to create a common ion effect. Common ion effect. Got it? Common ion effect, what does it do? It says that weak electrolyte जो होते हैं, weak electrolyte that dissociates into 2H plus and S minus 2. When we add the strong electrolyte, this is HCl. According to Lee-Chatelier principle, this will also what? H plus and Cl minus. So what it will do? It will increase the H plus concentration in the product side. So here the Lee-Chatelier principle will act, and according to Lee-Chatelier principle, the reaction will move in the backward direction, and the dissociation of weak electrolyte will be suppressed. Or weak electrolyte will be suppressed. I hope it is clear. Will be suppressed, and hence we will get the H2S as a whole in the solution, and then double displacement reaction will occur and it will give you the precipitate. Clear है बच्चे? Due to this HCl and H2S, it will create a common ion effect, and common ion effect, according to this, the H plus concentration in the product side will be increased. So Lee-Chatelier principle will work, and Lee-Chatelier principle says that if the concentration, whatever the concentration is increasing, the reaction will move in such a direction where the effect of increasing that portion will be nullified. Yes, so the reaction will move in the backward direction, and hence it will suppress the dissociation of H2SO4 and now H2S, and now this H2S undergoes reaction for giving the precipitate. Okay, so let's see. If on adding dilute HCl, no white PPT, then pass H2S gas. अर्लियर H2S गैस जो होता था दैट वाज यूज्ड एज अ किप्स प्रोसेस. ये किप्स प्रोसेस में हम यूज करते थे इन द लैब. बहुत बड़ा apparatus होता था. एंड हाउ वी विल गेट दिस रिएक्शन कैसे होता था, FeS प्लस कॉन्क H2SO4 को हम ऐड करते थे. FeS पहले से होता था एंड देन ऊपर से वी विल गिव द कॉन्क H2SO4 in this. So H2S gas was released and this H2S gas will be used for further reaction. But since this smells very pungent, very like we cannot tolerate this H2S gas smell. And moreover this keeps process keeps method like we have to prepare in large amount, so there the chemical wastage will also be there. So that's why nowadays we are not using the keeps process, we are using the substitute of this. So substitute ke liye what we use, instead of H2S gas we just get the sodium sulfide chips. Sodium sulfide chips also give the same result as it was giving. Okay, so but only difference is that because of this offensive smell and this we can say this big setup, we cannot use we are not using Gibbs process, we use substitute. And so the substitute is sodium sulfide chips. So what we do, this is copper salt already present, like we are doing with the copper. Then H plus this from this acid and then H2S I have added. So it will give you the black PPT of copper sulfide. As we get the black PPT, we can say that copper plus 2 may be identified. Yes, here I have told you like all this 4 has different like it can have different results. So let me show you this one. Sorry, you can see if I will add this dilute H2S, so lead and copper both will give you the black PPT. Okay, while cadmium and arsenic will give you the yellow PPT. Did you get that? Yeah. On adding the same reagent, the lead and copper will give you black PPT, while cadmium and arsenic will give you yellow PPT. Done, bachche? Okay, so now I got this black PPT, so we can say that it may be copper or it may be lead. So since lead we have checked in group 1, group 1, yes. So we don't have to check in group 2. Group 2 में हमें उसे बोलने की जरूरत है. So we'll say that if we are getting the black PPT, we'll say that copper plus 2 may be present. So now the confirmatory for copper. Confirmatory for copper will be, we'll take the salt solution and we'll add ammonium hydroxide. As we'll add ammonium hydroxide, it will give you the blue colored PPT. Blue color. And that is called cupramin salt. Cupramin formula is, see, because of this color I have written, because its color is something blue, and I like CuNH3 whole 4 plus 2. This is cupramin. Okay, cupramin ion. If instead of this copper plus 2, if I suppose that the anion is also mentioned and I got the copper sulfate, so when this will react with this NH3, this will with this NH4, uh, NH4OH, so it will give you CuNH3 whole 4 and then SO4. So this will give you cupramin sulfate. Got it? So this ammonium hydroxide can be written in this way also. Like instead of ammonium hydroxide, it can be written like ammonium, like this, NH3 plus H2O or NH4OH also. So this will give you cupramin salt. Did you get that? Next test, next part, what we will do, we'll take the another part, salt. Here we have divided into 2 salt sample. And then in another part, we will add K4FeCN6 and we'll get the chocolate brown color. Chocolate brown color. We'll get the formula will be Cu2FeCN6. Copper hexacyanatoferrate 2. Okay, so this is the ferrate. One second. This won't be copper 2 FeCN6. According to this, the iron is having plus 4 valency. Plus 4 valency won't be there here. This is copper is plus 2 over here. Okay, copper is plus 2, so iron will be plus 2. Yes, correct. So we'll say that copper hexacyanatoferrate 2. Okay, so this is chocolate brown color. And if we are getting these 2 samples, one is like blue colored or another is chocolate brown. So we'll say that copper plus 2 is confirmed. Then बच्चे ग्रुप 2 कॉपर प्लस 2 इज कन्फर्म. आपको CDS और वो सब दिया नहीं जाएगा. अगर दिया जाएगा तो ये कलर आपके पास, लाइक यू कैन सी, आई हैव टोल्ड यू that CD or AS जो होगा that will give you the yellow color. Okay, next if on adding this here dilute HCl and H2S I've added and we didn't get the black PPT, we didn't get this black PPT or yellow PPT, then we'll move for group 3 cations, and group 3 cations can be Al plus 3, Fe plus 2, Fe plus 3. All the three are group 3 cations. Okay, the reagent is ammonium chloride solid, ammonium hydroxide, which will be in excess. Now here you check this, it is written in this table I have written what will be the color reagent adding. If I will add the Al plus, if I will add like the same reagent I am adding, if it is present aluminium plus 3 or Fe plus 2 is present, it will give you gelatinous PPT. But if Fe plus 3 is there, it will give you the brown PPT. Got it? Instead of on adding this reagent. Now I am going to tell you this Fe plus 3 and Fe plus 2 जो colored iron salt जो होते हैं, they are brown in color. So since color is there, like it is not colored, colorless salt, so that's why Fe plus 2 and Fe plus 3 जो होते हैं, these salts are not, like we don't provide in the exams because they are colored salt. And what is the color for this? Like we can say brownish. Okay, so चलिए group 3 कैसे करेंगे हम? Fine, reagent is there. On passing H2S gas, if there is no black PPT, अगर black PPT नहीं आया for the lead and we have done this lead and copper, and for cadmium and arsenic it is yellow PPT. If we are not getting, then we will go for the next and then take original salt solution, ammonium chloride solid में add करोगे, and ammonium hydroxide in the excess you have to add, so you will get the gelatinous PPT. This gelatinous PPT will look like as you are adding the Vaseline in water. Yes, shiny something white. Okay, so this will be the gelatinous PPT. Once you get the gelatinous PPT, that means you can say that Al plus 3 may be present. So if may be present, then obviously we have to confirm it. And for confirmatory test, what we will do? We will add this dissolve this gelatinous PPT in minimum amount of HCl. This is very important. Minimum amount of HCl. बहुत थोड़ा सा amount डालेंगे HCl का. And then add NH4Cl, which will be in solid, and then ammonium hydroxide दोबारा डालेंगे excess, followed by blue litmus solution. Followed by blue litmus solution. That means first this, and then blue litmus. What you will get? You will get the blue lake type से आपको एक observation दिखेगी. That means blue color will be floating on the top. So that is known as blue lake test, and blue lake test is for aluminium. Okay, it is based on what is the theory on this? It is based on adsorption of blue litmus on solidified aluminium hydroxide or solid surface of aluminium hydroxide. Here also the common ion effect occurs. Common ion effect. How come? This is like question can be asked that in this, whenever you see the reaction, this is Al plus 3 NH4OH. So why we are adding this NH4Cl? What is the role of adding this NH4Cl in this case? You can see that this is a reaction. We are getting the blue lake by this one. So why we are adding this? Again, this NH4OH is a weak base. So this will dissociate into NH4 plus and OH minus. So on adding a strong electrolyte like NH4Cl, we will increase the concentration of NH4 plus in product side, isn't it? We are increasing, and due to this increase of concentration of NH4 plus in product side, according to Le-Chatelier principle, the equilibrium will shift in the backward direction, and this will suppress the dissociation of what? Aluminium and NH4OH, and hence this will be abundant in the solution, and this aluminium will react with this to give AlOH whole thrice. And when we will add in this, this will be something solid, it won't be completely solid, it will not be semi-solid, you can say that. And when we will add the blue litmus solution, it will be absorbed by this compound and it will give you the blue lake. Got it? Okay. Now, if on adding this ammonium chloride, ammonium hydroxide, and this gelatinous PPT is not observed, if it is not observed, then we will go for group 4. and that is zinc. So zinc and group 4 and group 5 and group 6 we will do in our next video. So and that will be salt analysis will be completed in third video. So I hope whatever I have explained that is clear to you. Make short notes, अपने points up लिखो, because many questions can be asked and in Viva, and whatever the things are there which can be asked in the Viva, I have explained over here. So I hope it will be clear to you. We'll meet in next video. Till then, thank you class.